This video is brought to you by Ustadhymahmoud Academy, and we are talking about Amr ibn El'as story, and this is part 6. Now we are speaking about the surrender of Alexandria in 742. That's exactly when it took place. Amr marched his army westward, bypassing the fortified Byzantine coastal strongholds. The city was heavily fortified by the Byzantines and contained several naval vessels in its harbor. Due to his lack of siege engines, he employed the lengthy siege tactic used in the Egyptian conquest. After about a month, his troops entered Tripoli through a vulnerable point in its walls and sacked the city. Its fall, which entailed the evacuation by the sea of the Byzantine garrison and most of the population, is dated to 642, though the Arab hold over Cyrenaica and Zuela to the far south remained firm for decades, except for a short-lived Byzantine occupation. Tripoli was recaptured by the Byzantines a few years after Amr's entry. The region was definitively conquered by the Arabs during the reign of Caliph Abd al-Malik. Administration: the courtyard of the Mosque of Amr ibn El'as in 2013. The mosque was originally founded by Amr. The year before Alexandria was the Alexandrian surrender. That was in 641, but was redesigned and of course expanded significantly over the next several centuries. The exterior wall of mosque in 2011, for example, Amr regulated the government of the country, Egypt, administration of justice, and the imposition of taxes. According to the historian, somebody said that during his siege of Babylon, Amr had erected an encampment near the fortress. He obviously originally intended for Alexandria to serve as the Arabs' capital in Egypt, but Omar rejected this on the basis that no body of water, the Nile, should separate the Caliph from his army. Instead, following Alexandria's surrender, Amr made his encampment near Babylon, Misr, of Fustat, the first town founded by the Arabs in Egypt. Its location along the stern bank of the Nile River and at the head of the Nile Delta and edge of the Eastern Desert, strategically positioned to dominate the upper and lower halves of Egypt. Fustat's proximity to Babylon, where Amr also established an Arab garrison, afforded the Arab settlers an covenant means to employ and oversee the Coptic officials who inhabited Babylon, and proved critical to running the day-to-day affairs to the Arab government. Amr had the original tents of Fustat replaced with mud brick and baked brick dwellings. The city was obviously organized into allotments over an area stretching 5 kilometers along the Nile and 1 to 2 kilometers inland to the east. The allotments were distributed among the components of Amr's army, with priority given to the Quraysh, the Ansar, Amr's personal guard, the people of the banner, which included several Bali tribesmen as a result of their kinship and marital ties to Amr. An opposing theory holds that Amr did not assign the plots. Rather, the tribes staked their own claims, and Amr established a commission to resolve the ensuing land disputes.